Mike and the other students were mocking Kevin mercilessly because they thought he was poor. They asked to see his car, figuring that they could make fun of that too. When they saw his, they all clammed up immediately. Kevin asked Professor Murdoch if she wanted to ride with him to the class dinner at the Whistler Hotel, and she agreed and accepted his offer. On the way to the hotel restaurant, Kevin glanced over at his teacher a few times. Professor Murdoch had a very strict classroom manner, but it seemed to Kevin that she could also be very understanding and personable. She suddenly turned to Kevin and asked him, "Tell me honestly, is this your wife's car?" "You don't really believe what Mike said, do you?" Kevin replied helplessly. "Isn't it possible for me to have my own car? It's not that I'm biased, but this car." Professor Murdoch suddenly let out a sigh before she continued. "Forget about the car. There's something else I wanted to talk to you about." "Please, just say it. You won't hurt my feelings," Kevin exclaimed as he watched the road. "Just look at what happened in the parking lot. Your classmates were all looking down on you because they thought you didn't have a car. It seems that you invite this kind of ridicule," she said bluntly. "If you're too embarrassed to take anything from your wife, then you really should jump at this opportunity," Professor Murdoch told him earnestly. "The School for the Healing Arts is the greatest opportunity in your life. Just work hard and focus. If you have any questions, you can always come to me. This is your chance to make a name for yourself." "I understand what you're saying, Professor. I'll definitely work harder from now on," he replied. Kevin stopped at a crosswalk and said to her very sincerely, "But could you please give me my phone back first? I promise I won't take it out during class." "Haven't you been listening to me?" she snapped at him. "If you want your phone back, you'll have to earn it." Then she added, "You can go now. The light turned green." Kevin was perplexed. Did he have to wait until she was in a better mood? The entire Williams family was waiting patiently in the main room of their mansion in New York. They all looked very serious. Randall Williams had ordered them all to be there for an emergency meeting. Anyone who was late would immediately be expelled from the family. This was the first time something like this had ever happened in the Williams family. He must have had something urgent to announce. After a little while, Grandpa Williams walked into the room with Thomas by his side. He sat down in his armchair and looked at everyone gravely. "I called everyone here today to discuss an important matter. Kevin brought Dalton Steele here and caused us a great deal of trouble. But that made me think, if our family wants to continue to progress, we can't rest on our laurels. Sooner or later, we'll be eaten alive by the competition," he stated grimly. "That's why I've decided that we all need to work on ourselves, not only with training, but with the help of advanced herbal medication. It's the only way we can survive," he explained in a serious tone of voice. They were all excited to hear him say this. Everyone was aware of the fantastic things that some people had been doing with these secret concoctions, but right now none of them had the skills to compete with them. "Are you serious, Dad?" Laura was the first one to jump up and ask her father-in-law excitedly. She wasn't really into all the aspects of the topic, but she'd heard that it could promise eternal youth. Who wouldn't be interested in that? Grandpa nodded yes. "We have to keep up with the times. But there's one thing that all of you must remember. If anyone dares to leak a word of this, I'll show them no mercy," he explained to them. "It's the price we have to pay to become stronger, and to achieve our goals, we're going to join the Myriads." The entire room got so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. Everyone knew that there were a total of 3 major underground groups that you had to steer clear of. One of them was the Myriads, and the other was the Alliance. As for the third one, hardly anyone knew anything about them. Even the Williams family didn't know who they were. "Grandpa, please be careful. The Myriads are a pretty nasty bunch. Do you really want us to join them?" one of them asked. A lot of them had their doubts about this plan. Didn't it go against the family's values? Grandpa Williams let out a long sigh and admitted, "You're right. I also realized that this probably isn't a wise decision. But we really have no choice. If our family wants to survive, we have to train ourselves. This is the only path we can take." Laura stepped in front of her relatives and scolded them. "You should be listening to Grandpa. Have you forgotten who's in charge here?" She was desperate for the chance to have access to herbal meds that could keep her looking young for the rest of her life. "Laura's right. We have to present a unified front and support my father," Thomas told them solemnly. "I'll do what Grandpa wants," Monty declared as he clenched his fists. "What's important for us is to get stronger." Monty's relationship with his wife Hannah had ended because of the fight with Dalton. Now all he wanted was to cause Kevin as much pain as he'd given him. More and more of them came forward to support Grandpa Williams' decision to join the Myriads. "Then it's settled," Grandpa said. "And remember, this has to be kept secret if we're to gain an upper hand." Then he motioned for everyone to leave. After they'd all gone, Randall Williams pulled out his phone and called Seth Roundtree's number. As soon as the call was connected, he told Roundtree that his family was willing to join the Myriads. Then he invited him to come to the Williams mansion if he had the time. "That's great news. You won't regret this. I'll be there tomorrow," Roundtree replied. While this was going on, Kevin was pulling up to the Whistler Hotel with Professor Murdoch. He parked in the VIP area and walked in with her. Mike saw that everyone was starting to trickle in. He walked up to the front desk proudly and said to the staff, "Hi, we're going to need your largest private room." "Good evening, sir. Our largest private room is the VIP room. Please show us your VIP membership card and we'll get things set up right away." Unfortunately, the Whistler Hotel's largest room was only available to special guests. Mitchell Cook didn't mind if the largest private rooms remained empty most of the time. It was more important to have them available for his wealthiest clients. Since the staff hadn't been alerted by Cook that there would be a VIP group this evening, they assumed that this bunch of students didn't have the proper reservation. "What kind of rule is that? I don't have a membership card and I'm not from around here. All we need is a room. I don't care how much it costs, I'm willing to cover it," Mike said confidently. "I'm sorry, sir, without a VIP membership card, we won't be able to open the room for you," the concierge replied firmly. "Then can I apply for a membership card right now?" Mike asked. You could tell he was extremely disappointed to see his plans fall apart like this. "I'm sorry, sir. Our largest private room is only available for our most exclusive members. Also, the hotel's owner must be present when someone applies for the card. Today, Mr. Cook is attending to some business and isn't on the property. So you can only apply for a basic membership card at the moment. The application fee is $25,000, the concierge explained with a cheerful smile. $25,000 just for an application fee? I feel like I'm being robbed, Mike complained. He really wanted to turn around and leave right then. But when he saw that some of his classmates had already started taking pictures to post online, he changed his mind. They were all excited to be dining in a private room at the Whistler Hotel. He was ready to give up, not just on the dinner, but on being elected student leader. While Mike was trying to resolve his dilemma, Penny Sutherland walked up to him and suggested, "Why don't I call Mr. Cook for you?" The Sutherland family had a great reputation, and getting a private room would be a piece of cake for Penny. "I'm really sorry, Penny. I didn't know that this hotel had so many rules, or I would have planned better. It's a bummer that I have to ask for your help with this," Mike apologized with a charming smile. The concierge heard Penny say this and offered a suggestion to the problem. "If you know Mr. Cook, all you need to do is give him a call and we can set things up once he gives us the word." Right away, Penny pulled out her phone and scrolled through her contact list until she found Mitchell Cook's number. Before she came to Chicago to attend school, her family had given her the contact information for all the famous people in the city. Unfortunately, the call didn't go through. Cook was one of the most prominent people in Chicago. How dare he hang up on someone like Penny Sutherland? "I'm sorry, ma'am, there's nothing we can do about this. Without express permission from Mr. Cook, we're not allowed to open up the VIP room." The concierge apologized before adding, "We do have some smaller private rooms on the third floor of our hotel. They're very close to each other, but we'll have to split up your group."
"If we have to divide the group, then we'll have to forget about the whole thing,"
Mike answered sadly. Everyone was incredibly disappointed to see this. If Penny Sutherland couldn't get them in the VIP room, then the situation was hopeless. Mike had just about given up. He looked at the crowd of students anxiously, unsure what to do next. Just then, Kevin walked up to the front desk. He took a card out of his wallet and handed it to the concierge, saying, "Let's see if I can help open up the VIP room for this nice group of students."
"Kevin, what are you trying to do with your bus pass? Don't you know what kind of place this is? If Penny couldn't get us in, what do you think you're going to be able to do? Why don't you just give up before you make yourself look like a complete fool?"
Mike chastised him. "Well, it's better than your plan. Do you expect us all to stand around here with our fingers in our noses?"
"Can't you see that I'm trying to solve this problem?" Mike retorted angrily. "I've had enough of you. Why don't you just move along? I'm getting tired of looking at you."
Lionel immediately defended his friend and sneered. "Mike's right. What can a useless piece of crap like you do anyway? If you can really get them to open the VIP room, how come you're still mooching off of the Jones family?"
"Stop embarrassing yourself pretending to be someone you're not,"
Luther also teased. Their insults got a lot of attention from the crowd. Some of the students laughed out loud. The rest of them just scoffed at Kevin. Most of them were from Chicago and they'd actually been to the Whistler Hotel before, but they'd never had the chance to dine in the large private room up on the top floor. It was incredibly difficult to get VIP status at the hotel. Not only did it take a lot of money, but you also had to have some pretty high social status and connections. So what was Kevin doing handling the concierge a bus pass? "Since you think this is just a bus pass, I guess I'll just put it back in my wallet," Kevin said as he started to take it back from the concierge.
"Well, since you've already taken it out, why don't we give it a try?"
Mike replied. He obviously didn't want to pass up this opportunity to make Kevin look like a fool, so he ramped things up and added,
"Let's see what the hotel staff can do with it."
While the crowd was laughing at Kevin, the hotel employees were staring in disbelief. They weren't sure how to defuse the situation. The employee who was holding Kevin's card started to get very nervous when she took a good look at it. During their training, all of the employees of the Whistler Hotel had been required to memorize the appearance of the Supreme VIP card, and that's exactly what Kevin had handed her. Cook had explained to them that there were only 5 cards like this in all of Chicago, and they were only given to the hotel's most prestigious clients. The group of students saw the look on the concierge's face and started to wonder what would happen next.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.